Why do you think Black Lives Matter hates white people so much? Hey everybody, Pastor Roy, Youth Minister, Westbero Baptist Church. We're out here at the Trump rally in Lansing, Michigan, a week away from the election. What do you think about Governor Whitmer's shutdown?
It's ridiculous.
What do you think their intention is with the whole COVID scare and the scientists?
To take over the population.
Do you think the scientists are in on it?
The stupid ones, yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Right.
Globalists. These are all the steps to bring us into communism.
Do you believe in the pandemic at all?
Not
the coronavirus?
really. COVID was homemade.
By who?
Gates and Fauci. Fauci. It's a globalist agenda. And they don't care if they kill us all because we're overpopulated. I think a lot of that's where Planned Parenthood comes around, too.
Right, the abortions.
Yeah.
I think you're going to start seeing things like post-birth abortions. That means killing living babies.
Well, they do. They are doing that, actually. When the woman gives birth, then they give her a choice whether it lives or dies.
Oh, well, sometimes I don't even think they're giving her a choice. We'll see that post-birth getting longer and longer. They'll say, up to 2 weeks. And all of a sudden it's, up to 1 year later you can abort a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
Pro-choice.
Oh, really?
Well, that's what I'm predicting.
I think Trump's the only one that can save us.
Well, what'd you think of being quarantined, shut down the economy, and they're still trying to scare us?
I thought it was legitimate to begin with, but I think
you thought it was legitimate. It sounds like you trust the scientists.
No,
you don't trust the scientists.
No.
Dr. Fauci.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I think it's certain now that it's nothing worse than a regular flu.
Personally, I don't think it's worth it than the common cold, and I think if you have faith in Jesus, you don't have anything to worry about.
Right.
I mean, I see a lot of people here, including my own cameraman with a mask on. I think they're lacking faith.
I don't think I need a mask. I caught COVID. I had it.
I tested positive for it, but I knew I wasn't going to affect anyone that didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
My mother was at an adult daycare. They never shut down, never wore a mask, and she's fine. They're all fine.
And they're totally fine.
They're fine.
So why do you think the Democrats, the scientists, everybody else making such a big deal out of it?
They have ulterior motives. They're trying to, put everything against Trump.
Right.
Trump 2020.
You're a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why do you like President Trump?
Well, he's aggressive. Just imagine a lawyer that's nice and kind, like Biden. You don't want a nice lawyer. You want a mean lawyer, aggressive.
He's representing Americans.
He's tough when he's got to be, but he can be kind and selfless when he needs to be that.
Yes.
I mean, you don't buy into the whole greenhouse gas, climate change.
I think it's a joke.
The Democrats, the scientists, they're all telling us about climate change. What are their motives? What are they trying to do by lying to us?
I think they like
trying to scare us.
Yeah, I think it's all scare and fear. The same thing they've been doing for decades. The weather and the heat and everything else.
Right.
There's a lot of crazy stuff.
Oh, they should come out today. See how globally warm it is now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right?
What do you think about Governor Whitmer's shutdown?
I think she's stupid.
What are their motives ultimately to be shut? I mean, is it to scare us? Are
Yes,
they?
we're
Who is it?
healthcare workers.
Do you wear a face mask?
I don't believe in wearing a face mask.
I don't either.
My daddy told me once a day, don't trust the scientists. They made me take a test. They said, I tested positive. I didn't even know it. No one who don't deserve it are going to catch anything from me.
Exactly.
You believe in Jesus, you're safe.
Hey,
you
I'm
don't,
safe.
then your fate's in your own hands.
Exactly.
He's talking about post-birth abortion. That's living babies.
That they abort them as they're being born.
Right.
Yeah.
They're born.
And then they sell the parts.
Right.
They break them up and their limbs are torn away as they're being born.
What's this whole thing you hearing about the glands of the babies and people eating them to get high off of the adrenaline glands?
Blood.
What's that?
It's blood. They drink the blood.
Now, who is doing this?
Hollywood.
And they talk about guns. All their movies are about killing.
I think if
And
Biden wins, that's the first thing he's going to do is come for the guns.
Oh, we will. So I'm getting a gun because I live alone.
A little bit of advice, don't register, don't let the government know you have it. You do trust that he's a sincere Christian and shares the qualities of Jesus, Christ-like qualities.
He has a lot of them.
A lot of Christ-like qualities.
Yeah. Well, I don't know necessarily Christ-like qualities, but you see a lot of the things he does outwardly, and they're pretty positive things for the Christian community.
For sure.
Yeah.
The way he conducts himself, things like that.
Yeah.
Why do you think the Black Lives Matter hate white people so much?
There's sort of that Marxist element to them.
Right.
They don't necessarily hate white people specifically. Why aren't the 70,000 black lives that are aborted matter? There's something in that movement that's very disingenuous. The black on black crime is astronomical. Why aren't they addressing that?
they turn their head to that, but then a couple white cops happen to shoot somebody when they're attacked.
It's 9 shootings of unarmed black men by white cops in the course of a year, and there's 100 killed in Chicago South Side every weekend.
Black on black.
Not
by the cops. You're saying
yeah,
by
but
the
black on black.
Right.
So I mean, like, don't those lives matter? Of course,
Right. They ain't out protesting their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
The place where there's real violence.
Yeah. I mean, they need to clean up their own house, really.
Right. We got COVID. We got Black Lives Matter. We got the scientists trying to scare us. What is it all about? What are the motives? What are they trying to do? Do they hate America? Do they want to destroy America? What is it?
They hate America. It gets back to the Democrats, but a lot of people take it back to all these globalists. You look at Bill Gates, how involved he is in Africa and stuff, and vaccines, and a lot of those vaccines have been bad for those people. I mean, it's been practically like a genocide.
Right.
The whole mask thing is complete BS.
Right.
The whole social distancing thing is BS.
Yeah. I feel like most of these Democrats ain't got no faith in Jesus. They're trying to do away with religion.
Well, that's
why they're so afraid.
That's a tenet of Marxism.
And you think the scientists are in
cahoots, yeah.
with it?
I mean, Fauci is crooked. Birx is crooked. Yeah.
I think of Fauci. I think this man's a mouthpiece for the devil.
Oh yeah, he was out in March saying masks don't do anything.
Right.
And my kids are drinking the Kool-Aid. He was telling the truth in March, and somebody got to him. All those people are evil.
They haven't gave their hearts to Christ. Satan's just using them for his own purpose.
Yeah. Some of these kind of conspiracy theorists like you see on the internet say those people are activated, somehow they're being controlled,
Right.
I just believe that they're being controlled by Satan.
Well, what about this whole thing about the eating the baby's glands? You hear about that?
Yeah. I watched
That's
one thing
more
on
Hollywood.
It. That's more Hollywood, yeah.
I want to talk to this brother right here, fellow brother from the South.
To me, it's heritage. Everybody else looks at me and says, "Oh, he's a racist."
Right. I don't think it's anything about race. No. I mean, it was a flag from the Civil War. War wasn't just about slavery.
No, it was about taxes.
Slavery wasn't have anything to do with it, really.
I don't think so, but whoever can tell you honestly is not around no more. So
right. The winners were at the history books, so who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about Whitmer's shutdown?
I'm on the fence. I mean, it was good she shut it down on some points, but on some points.
I think she's a terrible governor.
Right.
Yeah.
She needs to go. So.
I think she's ugly and stuff.
What's that?
Say it. I think
Not necessary.
Don't attack on the personal level.
Yeah, we don't need to attack on the person.
Right.
We're above that.
You hear some politicians out there attacking on the person, the way Biden and Harris, all them talk about they attack on a personal level. They don't just talk politics.
Right. No, that's trashy, not classy.
Right,
so,
right.
We're not doing that.
Right. They're like insulting people, calling names, things like that, making up bad names for them.
A lack of intelligence to do
right.
that. To be disrespectful to somebody else like that, calling names.
Right.
It's not chumps.
They love fear. They want people to be afraid, and they want you to think Trump's doing a lousy job.
And why do you think the scientists are lying to us?
I don't think they are. I think you're just listening to the ones that say what you want them to say.
I'm talking Fauci and some of those other...
I hear many, many scientists that don't say that. And they've been censored through Twitter and Facebook.
Why do you think Black Lives Matter hates white people?
I didn't see them as just hating white people. I don't see them that way. And they're people that are paid for by the Democratic Party to come in and raise havoc and scare people and keep people from voting for Trump.
Which races do you think are stealing the most American jobs?
Stealing? I mean, I don't think anybody's stealing jobs. I mean, a lot of Mexican community that work for me, and they're great people. They're very hardworking.
Does it offend you then, what some of the stuff Trump said specifically about Mexicans?
I haven't heard him say anything bad about them. I think he supports them.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything bad.
No.
That liberal media might be telling you that, but I don't listen to that. I don't think he's prejudiced one iota.
What do you think her motives are in shutting everything down?
To make Trump look as bad as he can, and the total deaths for COVID are actually not the real numbers. She is hiding the numbers.
What do you think about the whole COVID thing in general? Do you think the Democrats are behind it?
Yes, 100%.
Why do you think the Chinese made the virus?
Maybe to shut down the American economy because it was doing so well. Maybe they're tied with the Democrat leaders.
Right. Why do you think Black Lives Matter hates white people so much?
Because they're led this false narrative that, white people are bad and it's the white person's fault, why these neighborhoods suck, and, why the system is racist. So right. I think they just painted that idea for sure.
What do you think about Governor Whitmer's shutdown of the state?
I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like she's coming from a place of good intent.
You do?
But at the same time, she doesn't look at the fucking end result of it.
Why do you think the Chinese invented the COVID?
Somebody invented it.
Yeah.
And they probably invented it to destabilize our government.
Why do you think Black Lives Matter hates white people so much?
What was the question? I think Black Lives Matter isn't necessarily that they hate white people. I think that's the narrative of the Democratic Party of the left side.
They're enslaving the black community.
Who is that? Who's doing it?
The Democratic Party. They are driven to enslave black communities to not be able to want to get out. When slaves got freed, okay, they had so many skill sets. They were coming out of slavery making so much money.
Right.
Liberals got scared.
Right.
That's what happened.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't know why they're playing that devil pop music. We were hearing hip hop when we walked in, blaring it. I'm like, am I in downtown Detroit? Am I at a Trump rally? Sometimes you wonder some of these people.
We don't do media, I'm sorry.
You're proud. Come on.
I wish I could. I cannot. Like, our leadership is the only people that are authorized, and our leadership is inside.
Pastor Roy here signing off. Just leaving the Trump rally here in Lansing. Talked to a lot of really good people, a lot of people who seem to be aware of the truth. Some people you could tell were obviously influenced by the liberal media, saying things like, Black Lives Matter, excuse me. You could tell a few people were influenced by the liberal media, saying that Black Lives Matter doesn't hate all white people, or Governor Whitmer was trying to do the right thing. So there was a few liars and sinners and cuss words going on, but for the most part, good, wholesome rally, lots of love, lots of unity. We're excited for Trump to win next week. Pastor Roy, Youth Minister, Westbero Baptist Church. God bless. See, the Black Lives Matter protest real busy. Oh, big attendance. Trump's surely going to lose. Biden's got 6 supporters out. All right, how do I stop the recording? I thought I pressed the button.